Hello to all my lovely subscribers. Welcome to your mid-April 2018 reading. I hope that this reading finds you well and that you're travelling on your journey smoothly and with ease and grace. April's been a very strange month for people. We've had Mercury in retrograde and Saturn also there, sitting there, the great teacher. It's been, for most people I've found, and people that I've given private readings to, it's been a time of reflection, it's been a time of soul searching, it's been a time of things coming up from the past that need to be reviewed, released and moved on. It's also, for some people, that have wanted to put plans in place, a little bit frustrating. With Mercury in retrograde, it is frustrating. It's putting the brakes on things, not making big purchases, trying to hold off until Mercury decides it's going to start moving forward again, which it has. It's started now, so things should start easing up for all of us because it's been pretty intense beginning to April. So let's see what the next 2 weeks have. My readings here are general readings, so that some parts of it will resonate really well. So for some people, I found that the whole reading resonates very, very well. And some months you might find that the reading doesn't really resonate that much with you. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign as well, because some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. They are general readings, so bear that in mind. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can follow the link to my web page below and book a reading from there. That's going to be a reading that's much more specific to you, and it can be a pre-recorded reading. It can be a Skype or FaceTime reading as well, and if you're in Australia, it can be a phone reading as well, if that suits you. So there's a few options there for you to have your personal reading, and I try and get them done as soon as I can. Generally, it's not a very long waiting period because especially pre-recorded readings, I can book those in whenever I have the time, and I try and get through them so that they're not. It's not a long wait for people, because generally people are anxious to get their readings, get their answers, because after all, that's why you seek the guidance, isn't it, with your readings. I'd really like to thank all my subscribers for your support with my channel, and also the wonderful comments that you're leaving. I do enjoy reading them, and I do read them, and it's really nice to be able to connect with you all. So thank you very, very much for all of that. I hope that you enjoy your mid-April reading, and that it sheds some light on your journey and gives you some guidance as well, which is the intention. So many, many blessings to you. Let's get underway. First one I'm going to start with is Aries. So we'll start with the Aries sun sign. Well, hello Aries. Welcome to your April 2018 mid-month reading. As you can see, I've laid out 4 cards for you for mid-month, and of course I'm reading from my left to right. Okay, and you've got the King of Pentacles, the Empress, the 4 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. So let's have a look at what I pick up for you. Hello, here I am. All right, so let's have a look, with mid-April. So happy birthday to you. I hope and if you've had your birthday, I hope you've had wonderful celebrations for your birthday, and if it's yet to come, very happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful day. So the first card I've got here is the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles for me it's going to be a time now where you're sitting, so you're quite strong. You're in quite a strong position. You're in quite a strong position of having things come to you, having things manifest, having things come to fruition for you. So projects that you've had, plans that you've had that you wanted to put in place that haven't been going anywhere, it's now going to start moving forward, and it's going to start being very successful. For some of you, the King of Pentacles is a male or female sign, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. For you, it can be male or female, someone that is, for some of you, it's someone you're in business with. For some of you, it could be a boss, someone in a position above you, a position of, shall we say, power, a position where they're making decisions that you need to follow. For some of you, it's a partner in business that has quite a strong say in what direction things are going to happen in and how things are going to evolve. For some of you, it's going to be a father figure. It could be a parent, a grandparent, an older person that is going to have quite a strong opinion about something, quite a strong opinion about how something's going to evolve, or something's got to happen, or the way something's going to be done. And you know, I just get a sense for some of you, don't just go along with it, because it's not going to be worth the problems that it can create by you having some sort of resistance. That's for some of you. That this person's can be quite controlling, can be quite forceful. So sometimes it's about picking your fights. It's about, you know, picking what you're going to really argue about, what you're going to really insist upon. Don't sweat the small stuff. If it's something that doesn't really matter, just go with the flow. Let them have it. Let them make those decisions and those calls. It's this needing to be in a position of authority, okay? So that's going to come up for you towards the middle of April as well. For some of you, that is actually you. That is how you're feeling. There's been a lot of planning. There's been things that you've wanted to put in place, and now it's time to take action. Now it's time to be confident. Now it's time to be strong and move forward with some plans or something that you've been working on, so that it's now time to be moving forward with those things, with those plans. And for some of you, I feel like it's planning a wedding, or planning a celebration, or planning something of significance in, you know, the cycle of life, this turning point in your life. So you're planning something that's quite a lot of fun. It's quite good, and you're needing to take charge of it. You're doing the planning. You're actually making the decisions about it. I really like that. I really like that. The next card you've got here is the Empress. And the Empress is a lovely card. You know, the Empress is about as well. Aries, you're really feeling strong. You're really feeling, you know, the second half of April, you're really going to feel quite confident in the decisions you're making, but quite balanced, quite at peace. You're quite at peace with how things are going, the decisions that you're making. You're feeling strong about it. You're feeling strong within yourself. You're feeling very confident. And the Empress always brings into her realm luxury, abundance, the birth of new ideas, moving forward with new ideas, the birth of a child, the birth of a marriage, the birth of, you know, new things coming in and creating them. But it's you that's the pivotal force. You're in the middle of all of these decisions and choices and changes that are being made. For some of you, I feel like there's a move. There's a house move, or there's a move of location. Could be a move of job. There's some sort of change afoot, some sort of things that are coming into place that are creating changes in your life that you're quite happy about, that you're quite good feel quite good about it, are welcoming those changes, because for some of you, I feel like the changes that you've created, you've brought those about, and now it's time. I feel like, you know, it's starting to flow for you, where at the beginning of April it was really about doing all that internal work, and it was really about working things out. It's now starting to work and to evolve, which, you know, takes you to the next card here, the Four of Cups, you know, and the Four of Cups is about new ideas. This is about what you've achieved in your life, but it's, you know, what are you hatching? What are you thinking about? What are you creating? What new ideas do you have? What new directions do you want to take? What new things do you want to bring in your life? You've been thinking about them. You've been planning for them. And so you're now starting to bring it into your reality. You're now starting to make them work for you, and you're bringing them down into your reality. So I really like that, you know, where it's been in your imagination, where it's been in your, you know, just reflecting on new directions. If it's a business, if it's your business, a new direction you're going to take. And it may be that this King of Pentacles is the driving force behind it. And, you know, if that's you, you're the driving force, you're bringing it in, you're creating, you're giving birth to these new ideas that you've been thinking about and processing and really working out what direction you want to take. So I really like that. I really like that. And with all this positive stuff, you know, things that are that you're doing that are coming your way, you know, the Three of Swords is about some sort of what I want to say is, be mindful of someone that's around you, someone that there could be some jealousy there. There could be someone that is jealous of the successes that you're getting, is jealous of where you're at, envy. You know, there could be someone there that could be a little bit problematic, and it's, you know, just be aware of who's around you, who's giving you advice, who's not quite happy with what the changes that are happening and what's happening. They could be a bit of a troublemaker. They could stir up some problems. They could stir up some problems. It's about being aware of what's around you, who's around you, and just being aware of it, you know. For some of you, it could be someone coming in and giving you advice, wanting it to go in a particular direction, because there's jealousy, because there's envy of where you're going and what you're doing. So there's a bit of sabotage there. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that and see it for what it is. See it for what it is. If you're working for someone, be mindful of these plans and ideas that you've got. Keep your cards close to your chest. Don't hand out your ideas. Don't talk about it to anyone until they're actually taking hold and are being taken on board, okay? Because there could be some deception around you. So be aware of that. Forewarned is forearmed, you know. So it's not about panicking and thinking, oh my God, who's that? Just let it unfold and be aware of what's going on around you, who's around you, what people are saying, what they're thinking. If you've got plans that you want to bring to fruition, play your cards close to your chest until those plans come about, because there's a lot of fantastic opportunities for you in the second half of April. Second half of April, things are really going to start taking off. Okay, it's about it's enough sort of processing and sitting on your ideas. It's about taking the action now and being strong in doing that. Okay, let's have a look at the Angels of Abundance. And you've got bountiful nature. Where are my glasses? Let me grab those. Bountiful nature. Okay, so you've got spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance, God's source, the universe, whatever it is you want to call it. Go outside and enjoy a walk or a hike. Meditate, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness, which helps you to create new ideas. Fantastic. Okay, so I hope that helps you for mid-April. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and commenting. I really enjoy reading those comments. If you would like to book a one-on-one reading with me, you can follow the link below and book a one-on-one reading which will be more specific to you. This is a general reading, Aries. Make sure you listen to your rising sign and your sun sign as well. Some months they may resonate more for you than your sun sign will. Hello Taurus, welcome to your mid-April 2018 reading. I've laid out the cards for you. Bear in mind this is a general reading, Taurus. This is a general reading for you. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign if you want more information. If this doesn't resonate with you so much this month, maybe they will resonate more for you. If you would like to have a personalized reading, which is going to be more specific to you, you can go to my website, which is the link is below, and book a one-on-one reading with me, which will be much more specific to you. So you've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles there. So let's have a look at, there we go. Let's have a look at what is in store for you for mid-April. So I hope you've been travelling well so far. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride in April, hasn't it? All right, so I've got the Ten of Pentacles here. And the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like there's going to, for some of you, there's some sort of money coming. There's money coming your way. So there's a check in the mail. There's outstanding payments that are going to come in for you. There's going to be an inheritance for some of you. It's a sale of a property or the sale of something quite large for you where money's coming in for you. Mid-April you'll see some sort of financial gain, that's going to come in many forms, in many ways, but there is money coming to you. If it doesn't come to you in April, it'll come to you in May. It depends on your sign and what planets you've got and where, but I feel like there is some sort of money coming your way for you in April, which will be really lovely. It'll be a nice little surprise. It'll be, well, that's, I really needed that. I'm really glad that that's come through, that's come through. For some of you, it's going to be due to some sort of legal signing of contracts, a court hearing that's going to go in your favour. Something's going to come to a close that you've been waiting on, that is going to come to your favour, which will mean that you're going to get some money coming your way. It could also be the signing of property contracts, sale of a property, sale of a car, sale of some sort of larger object which will bring money coming your way, the finalising of court hearings, signing of legal documents, leases, etc. That's also going to be happening. So there's a bit of legal work, a little bit of paperwork coming. It could be money coming from the tax department that you didn't think you were going to get, and it's, there's an error's been made, or some money's going to be given back to you. So there's some money coming in for you from an institution or a legal situation, or a paper, contracts, which is really, really great, isn't it? It's always nice to be receiving money. It's nice to receive money. That's going to lead to celebrations for you. So there are also going to be celebrations for you in April. You're going to be celebrating like an engagement. Some of you, it's going to be an engagement. Some of you, it's going to be a marriage or a wedding. Some of you, it's the birth of a child, and all the celebrations that go along with that. A birthday. There is some sort of celebrations coming your way. It could be celebrating this windfall, celebrating this unexpected money coming your way as well. But it's going to be towards the end of April. You're going to feel quite light, quite happy, joyful. There's going to be a shift in energy so that things lighten up. It's like a load has been lifted for a lot of you Taurians as well. Because that money's come through, you can pay off your debts, you can pay your bills. It's different. Go on a holiday, go on a short break. It's going to be different for different Taurians, but there is going to be celebration. It's going to be a time of celebration around you as well. So you'll be celebrating anniversaries, weddings, birth of child, birthdays, all manner of things, but there is going to be good times to be had, which I think are really, and it's with people where there's a love connection. So it's family, it's friends, it's people that there is a connection to, so that brings more joy into the situation. There is more joy, which is fantastic. Then there's also what you're going to be thinking about is plans that you've been wanting to put in place, changes you've been wanting to make, projects that you've been wanting to start. By April, you're going to feel like it's time to start making those changes. It's time to start putting those plans in place. I feel like the time for thinking about it and planning for it is over. It's now time to take action. It's time to move forward to bring that abundance in. It's time to purchase that new home. It's time to purchase that new car. It's time to sign that lease for that new business. It's time to get that project underway. So, the time is right. By the end of April, you're going to feel really driven to make those changes. It's almost like you're going to have this real need to put these changes into place, to make these changes in your life and bring them in. It's time to move house. It's time to move location. It's time to propose to the person that you love. There's a lot of happy times ahead of you. I think the second half of April is going to be really good for you, Taurus. A lot of good times coming, a lot of good opportunities, a lot of starting new projects, signing leases, signing legal paperwork, getting things underway. I really like that. So, fantastic. That's really fantastic. I'm just taking a card from the Angels of Abundance here for you. Let's have a look at what that says. Pay yourself first. That's always a good idea, isn't it? That must be your treasure chest that's going to come forward for you. Pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future, which is, this windfall that's going to come through is really going to be beneficial. And I feel that this month you have opportunities to sign leases, to make plans, and to start fulfilling those plans, which is an investment in your future, which is an investment in moving forward. It is about celebrating you and your skill and what you can achieve, because it's a great energy for that. It's a great energy for flowing forward. So I hope that helps you. I hope you have great fun putting those plans in action and enjoying your the money that's coming to you in whatever form it takes for you. Many blessings. Hello Gemini, welcome to your April mid-month 2018 reading. I hope this reading finds you well. Thank you very much for subscribing and liking my channel. Really appreciate that, and I really enjoy reading all your wonderful comments that you're leaving for me to read and connect with you. And thank you to all those wonderful people that have booked for a personal reading. That's been really good, a great opportunity to get to know you as well. This is a general reading, Gemini. If you would like to have a one-on-one personal reading, follow the link below to my webpage and you can book a reading from there. If this reading will resonate for some of you, some of the reading will resonate. For some of you, all the reading resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you this month, also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. So make sure that you have a listen to those as well. Okay, so welcome. Here I am. Okie dokie, let's see. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles is the first card that you've got here, which is a fabulous card to start off with. You know, Gemini, you're really rolling with it, aren't you? You've really got a lot of aces, a lot of opportunities, a lot of new beginnings coming up for you, which is fantastic. It's really fantastic. It's, you know, this is the Ace of Pentacles is abundance. Abundance in all things. Abundance, material abundance, health, love, happiness. You know, abundance comes in many forms. It's not just financial, although that's what we tend to always hope for, but it comes in many forms and takes many different different opportunities. So there's newness coming. You know, the aces are always this threshold of new possibilities coming to you. There's a possibility of making changes and changing your perspectives, changing how you do things, changing what you decide to bring into your life. Because remember, we are all manifestors, we are all creators. We create our reality, and so the energy that's around you is one where you can bring in what it is you want. So with the and beginning for your monthly April reading, you got a lot of aces as well. So clearly it's a time for you to really start bringing in what it is that you are wanting, the direction you want your life to take, because now's the time to do it, and it's still progressing quite well. The next card you've got here is the Star, and that's always such a beautiful card. It's about tranquility. It's about inner journeys. It's about understanding the who you are, discovering who you are. It's about standing back from situations and looking at them from a different perspective, finding that peace as well, because there's it's an emotional journey. It's a spiritual journey, as well as one of standing back and looking at your situation. What have you learned? How have you changed? How have you grown? How are you dealing with things? You know, situations that have happened to you in the past have brought you to where you are today and made you who you are today. So it's really about looking at, taking stock, standing back, really looking at things that have happened in your life and how they've taken you to where you are and made you the person that you are. So if you're finding you're in a situation where you don't quite get it, you don't know why other people are behaving the way they are, or what's going on, or why this is happening to you, it's happening to you because it's part of your journey. It's things happen to shake us up, to put us on our right path. So stand back, have a look at the situation, have a look at how you've changed from it and how you've grown. That's really important. That's really important. You know, you've also got the Queen of Cups, which is, you know, she's emotional. It can be male or female. It's about emotions. It's about intuition. It's about your spiritual growth. It's about looking at life through an emotional glasses. Looking at the beauty in life, the peace and the tranquility. So it really is about, you know, these changes are coming in. Just take a moment to reflect. Follow your instinct. Always do what you feel is right for you, rather than listen to the whole lot of chatter and people that are around you. Take on board, what do you want to do? What direction do you want to take? Where have you come? How have you changed? What doesn't suit you anymore and what does? So it's really an opportunity to change perspectives, look at things differently, because by the end of April you've got the Wheel of Fortune and it's your turn to shine, Gemini. You know, your cards have been fantastic for April, and they're continuing to be fantastic for the second half of April. You know, the beginning of April we had, you know, Mercury in retrograde, which was always, you know, a bit of a problem with Saturn, the great teacher there as well, you know, for a lot of learning. But now you're ready to move forward and the Wheel of Fortune is changing in your favour. So all the things that you've been through are now a culmination of where you're at. And with these new beginnings, the opportunities are there for you to make the changes that you're wanting to make, to take the step that you're wanting to take. So have the courage to do that. Always check in with your intuition. Does it sit well with you, or does it tie you up in knots? You know, that's a really good indicator. Are doors opening for you? You know, I want to go in this direction, and is it flowing for you? If it's not, you're going in the wrong direction. Turn around and change your perspective. Look at things differently and make different choices and see how that goes for you, because it's your turn. You know, this is about you this month. So, you know, continue to do that. You know, think about yourself. Think about what you want. Don't listen to external chatter. Listen to your inner voice in making decisions and bringing in all that wonderful abundance that's around you. I'm going to take a card now from the Angels of Abundance. As you know, I do like these cards too, and we'll see what is in store for you. Ooh. Okay, well, that's interesting. Let go of guilt. So let's have a look. Let go of guilt. Okay, so when you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God, universe, source, loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. And that is about changing your perspective on how you see things, how you see yourself, and what you've done, you know, because the tide is turning in your favour. So go with it. Go with it. So I hope that that's been helpful for you, Geminis, and help you on your second half of April, which will be better because Mercury has decided to go in the right direction and things will start to flow again. So it will lighten it all up for you. Many blessings to you, and I will see you in May. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your April mid-month reading for 2018. This is a general reading for you Cancerians. If you would like a personal reading, you can go to my website and the links below and book a personal reading which is going to be much more specific to you and help you more specifically on your journey. This is a general reading. Some months this will resonate with you. For some of you, parts of it will resonate. For some of you, all of it will resonate. It's also a good idea to listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Some months they will resonate for you more than your sun sign will. So have a listen to those as well. Okay, so we've got the Three of Pentacles, the Tower, the Hermit, and the Six of Wands. So let's have a look at what's in store for you this month. Hello, here I am. Okay, so let's have a look. I feel like with the Three of Pentacles, I feel like there's been a lot of hard work for you this month. This month, last month, you know, you have been working hard. It's been creative, it's been energizing, it has produced an income, it has produced money for you, and there's been a lot of enjoyment from doing that, you know, doing that. But I feel like for some of you, you've been burning the candle at both ends. It's been exhausting, you know, you've enjoyed what you're doing, but you haven't been pacing yourself, okay? So you've been really caught up with, oh, well, if I'm making this and I'm making money and it's really good, and you just keep going. And there's been overwork, so there's not been the balance. You do need to also consider family and friends and a bit of a social life and things outside of work rather than focusing in just on that part of your life. For some of you, that's been in your control. For some of you, it hasn't. For some of you, I feel like if you're working for a large corporation or a company, there's been an expectation of working overtime, of things that needed to be completed and that you needed to go in and keep working at it and get it done, and it's taking its toll on you as well. So there's some of you that have done it because you've enjoyed doing it and you've been working hard and it's been productive, a new idea that you've put in place. For others of you, it's something that's come in externally it's out of your control that you needed to work as much as you did. For those of you that are working for yourselves, it's like, you know, an order's come in or there's something that's needed to have been completed by a set time frame. So the external factors that have had this effect on you, you know, and what it's led to is, you know, what's coming up. So be mindful of that and really take time out. Understand that you need to take time out. You need to find the balance, okay? Because, what's going to happen here is, if you're not going to be aware of it and you're going to keep working at it, well, then you've got the Tower, and, this is the universe source, God, whatever it is you want to call it, is going to come in and step in and make those changes for you, make you aware of, take time out. And that could be in the form of, this month what I want to say to you is watch colds and flus and feeling run down. That's things that you're going to have to be mindful of, because you can only work hard without a break for so long, and then, your body's just going to say, that's enough, I need time out. And it comes in many forms. So things will come about. If you don't make those changes, the things will come about from external sources to make you slow down, to make you stop, to make you aware that you're working too hard, to make you aware that you're spreading yourself too thin. So just be mindful of that. You make the choice, and that's always a lot easier than the universe coming in, source coming in, God coming in, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is for you, come in and make those changes for you, make you stop, make you aware of just how hard you're working and not paying attention to your family, your friends, downtime, allowing your physical body to recover, to recoup. So just be mindful of not overworking in the second half of April, okay, because that tendency can happen, okay. It's about, a lot of you are going to feel like you need to take some time out, self-reflection, time out, where you're going to want to be on your own. You're going to want a little bit of solitude, a bit of, going for walks on your own, going for walks along the beach, going for walks in nature, taking time out to reflect what direction you're taking. If it is to do with working so hard, for some of you it's going to be that you're working so hard. Is that worth it? Is it worth it, especially if you have gotten yourself sick, if you have gotten yourself run down? It's a time to reevaluate just whether or not that's worth it. The cost might be just too high. It's about going within and reflecting. For some of you, it's about self-reflection, because there's decisions that you're going to have to make by the end of April. There's some choices and decisions, and some of them are going to be a little bit difficult for you. Some of them are going to be big choices. They're going to be hard to make, because I also feel like it's going to involve other people and their emotions and where they're at. So there's going to be some sort of self-reflection here, okay, through the changes that are going to come about for you. For some of you, they're going to be quite big. For some of you, they're not going to be so big, but they'll be changes nonetheless. And there's going to be a lot of self-reflection. You do come out of it okay, though. You do come out of it, and there's success. You do make the right choices. You do think about it. You do come to the right conclusions. You do make the right choices and decisions. By the end of April, you're going to be feeling quite good about the choices and decisions you've made. You're going to feel quite good about what self-reflection you've had. So whatever's going to come up for you that's going to cause you to stop and have some self-reflection, the end result is going to be quite good, because you're going to come to decisions and choices that are going to be quite good for you. They're good for you. This reading is about you, okay? So that they are going to be good for you. You're going to be happy with those, and it's going to be, well, let's celebrate. For some of you, it's going to be, well, I don't want to work this hard anymore, and it could be walking away from a job. It could be walking away from a company. It could be downsizing your business, or putting somebody else on to take on part of the load. Whatever choices you're going to make are going to be quite good for you. They'll work out in the end. They'll be quite successful for you. So I feel that that's going to be quite a positive thing. So there's going to be choices there for all of you to make. And make them with ease and grace. Make them before the universe comes in and makes them for you. It's always easier if you are aware of them and make those choices and decisions. And don't forget to take some time out too in the second half of April. let's have a look at, I'm going to get the Angels of Abundance, see what the overall card is for this last 2 weeks of April. It's been a very bumpy April, hasn't it? With Mercury in retrograde and Saturn, the great teacher there. You know, it's been a bit bumpy for most of us. It's been quite a difficult time. Abundance mindset. The abundance mindset, and that's, you know, your self-reflection. Your self-reflection. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. And that's about, you know, this self-reflection of what it is that you want. And abundance, don't forget, it's not just financial abundance. It's abundance in love, in health, in happiness, in finance, in material things. It's different things for different people, you know, and so reflect on that and see what it is you want to bring in for you that's going to make you happy, that's going to take you into May, and bring you the prosperity and fulfillment of your dreams. So I hope that helps you. Many blessings, and I'll see you in May. Hello Leo, welcome to your April 2018 mid-month reading. I hope your April has been going very well so far. Mind you, with Mercury in retrograde and Saturn, it's been a bit bumpy for a lot of people, if not all of us to some degree, where Saturn is the great teacher and Mercury is in retrograde. It's going to really put the brakes on anything that you want to start. So it's really about doing a lot of soul-searching in the beginning part of April. Happy to say that things are starting to move along now, so the energy is lifting and people are sort of getting on their way of putting plans into place. My dear Leos, this is a general reading for you for mid-April. It will resonate with some of you. Some of it will resonate, or maybe all of it will resonate from comments and feedback I've been getting. A lot of it does resonate with the various sun signs. If this doesn't resonate as much this month, also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Sun months, they will resonate a lot more for you than your sun sign will. Or listen to all three of them and see what you get from all three of them. That would be good for you as well. If you would like a personal reading, follow the link below to my website and you can book a personal reading there, which will be a one-on-one reading, which will be specific to you, and that will certainly resonate. All right, let's get started. So I've got a 4-card spread for April mid-month, and I will show you each of the cards as I go along. So the first one I've got is the King of Cups, and to me the King of Cups, you know, look, there's Saturn sitting over you like that. So, you know, I really feel like for a lot of you, this can be male or female, but it's been a very emotional month, and it will continue to be a month that's going to challenge your emotions, you know. And for Leo, that's a really big thing, you know, where you're really wanting to be in control all the time, but Saturn's there, and Saturn's the big teacher. It will bring things up from the past and show them to you in various ways, and it's about reflecting on those and learning from them so that they don't need to be repeated. It's a time of really going within. It's a time of tuning into your emotions and really looking at those, analysing those, seeing what you've learned, seeing what you no longer need, lessons that you've learned that you can leave in the past, and things that you'll need in moving forward. King of Cups is also quite a strong, you know, any of the king cards are strong personalities. You know, there's strength there, there's wisdom there, there's learning to manage and utilize your positive points. So in this case, your emotions, learning from them, learning how to use them to your advantage, seeing what you've learnt so that you can move forward. And that's Saturn that's overseeing all of that. So for you, It's still going to be a little bit of an emotional time of an emotional reviewing. So there's emotional reviews here for you, male or female, okay, there for you. So that's still going to be happening in, say, week 3, okay, of April, certainly. But that's going to lead you to this great awareness. This great awareness. Here you've got the 9 of, I need my glasses, you know, I'm just terrible. The 9 of Pentacles, that's better. The 9 of Pentacles, you know, and that's about also, you know, in April you're going to really feel like, you know, the king takes charge. The king is in charge, and you'll reach a point where you're taking charge. You are creating around you what you love: luxury, abundance, beauty, being in a really lovely, nurturing place. You know, it's the nurturing, and that's part of the emotions that are going to come forward. It's about reviewing things from the past. What has happened in the past? Is there bridges that you can mend? Is there people that you need to let go? Is there people that you need to reconnect with to bring them back into your life? You know, what is there that's going on for you that will lead you, it will bring you into a point in your life where it's very fulfilling for you. It's you're feeling good about where you are at. You're feeling good about the bridges you've repaired. You're bringing in that abundance, that happiness, that fulfillment, that, you know, enjoying the luxury, enjoying the what you've created, what you've built around you, and really looking forward to enjoying that, you know. And that satisfaction is going to lead you to the Knight of Pentacles, and that, to me, you know, is taking action. Okay, so you've done the emotional work. You're doing the emotional work, reviewing things from the past and sorting through what you want to keep, what you don't, what you have. If you have regrets about something, can you repair that? Can you mend it? Can you heal it? It's a healing time as well. And so then that will bring you to a place of feeling really at peace with yourself, creating an environment, a life that makes you happy, that brings you peace, okay? And so it's about doing all of that, bringing that into action, really being aware of where those things that need to be repaired are, and working at it, bringing it in, taking action. You're going to have to be the instigator of all of this. You're the one that's going to need to call all of this in, you know. But I really like that, you know. And then it takes you to the King of Wands. So you've got some pretty powerful cards here, Leo. I mean, you are a really strong personality. You're a Leo, you know, Leo the lion. You've got strength. There's strength there with you, you know, and so then you've got the King of Wands, and so by the end of April, it's time to take action. It's time to find what it is you want to do, what brings you happiness, what's your passion, what's going to help you move forward, where's your strength. It's really putting that fire in your belly and going from this emotion to this action, and putting plans in place, doing things. And I think for you, Leo, it's going to be about repairing relationships or releasing relationships. How do I want to move forward into May? How do I want to bring this about? You know, what changes do I want to put into place? So there's changes. There's a time of review and change, a review of how things have happened, how things have worked out for you, and what needs to be reviewed and discarded, or reviewed and healed and moved forward to allow you to. You're going to feel really good about that. You're going to feel really good about that. I mean, well, how I see you is with this massive broom, sweeping clean, sweeping away all the rubble, all the things that you can't work with, you can't do anything with. But there's pieces there that you can build things on. You can build relationships, you can build happiness, you can build a future. You know, who is it there? Family members, friends, you know, loved ones. Who's around you that needs that Leo guidance and healing that only you can bring, you know. So it's asking you, Leo, not to use your, you know, your brute strength, your Leo strength, that real strength of character. Allow people to see that softer side in you through to the end of April, from now till the end of April, which will help you move into May. And you know, it's almost like you've cleaned your path, you've cleaned that area so that you can then build your future. So it really is a great opportunity that Saturn is giving you to heal, repair, discard, clean up what no longer serves you, so that you're ready for May. For some reason, they're telling me you need to get ready for May. So May reading will be very interesting. But that's how you're going to be feeling in April. It's about feelings in April, you know, which is really nice. I'm going to take a card from the Angels of Abundance for you, and that will give you an overview of what sort of energies you're going to be working with. No doubt it's going to be an emotional one, I think. Okay, so it says, exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. And it's not necessarily just physical exercise, it's exercising the mind and the emotions as well. Let's see what it says. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. You know, so it's about, you know, I get a sense of with this card though, it's about your emotional exercise, you know, your mind, what you're wanting, manifesting and creating that, you know, exercise to me is about strength. It's about having strength, and I feel like with you, Leo, you're needing that strength, you know, I suppose physical strength as well, but I'm feeling more on an emotional level, that it's the strength that you need on an emotional level by sorting through. I feel like there's clutter there for you that needs to be sorted through, Leo, so that you can be strong in moving forward. You can make decisions from a position of strength. So to me, it is about exercising, but not physical exercise. To me, it's about that emotional and mental strength that you need to work on, and you need to work on that like anything else, you know, so that you can move forward and make fabulous decisions in the future. So I hope that's helpful for you, Leo, and I will see you next month. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your mid-April 2018 reading. This is a general reading for you lovely Virgos. So have a listen to it. Some of it will resonate, maybe all of it will resonate. From comments that I've received from my subscribers, most of it was resonated very well. So it depends on where you're at with your astrological chart as well. If also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign, because some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. Or listen to all of them anyway, and you'll get added information as well. If you would like to have a personal reading that will be very specific to you, you can follow the link below to my website and book a one-on-one reading with me, and that will give you a very personalised reading. So let's get on with this reading for you. It looks fantastic, actually, Virgos. I think there's fabulous energy coming in for you. You know, we've all had a hard time with Mercury in retrograde and Saturn sitting there alongside it and being the big teacher, and Mercury putting the brakes on everything, and, you know, all sorts of, you know, computer issues and electronic issues, and you know, trying to finalise things. There's just going to be resistance. So it's always best to just ride it out until Mercury decides to be going forward, which it has started doing, and so things will start to flow again. And for you, my lovely Virgos, my lovely, lovely Virgos, you've got a fantastic spread. I've given you 4 cards for mid-month, and I'll show you each of them. Okay, so you have the Emperor, and the Emperor is, there's great strength there with the Emperor. It's you're going to get to mid-April, and you're here and you are going to feel really good. You're going to get this surge. I feel like there's this powerful surge of energy coming through for you, Virgo. Really putting that fire in your belly, really making you want to pursue plans, to make changes, to just enjoy where you're at. For some of you, it's just about sitting back and really just enjoying where you're at. Life is good. Life is really good. The Emperor is, quite a powerful card. It's got all the zodiac signs back there. So there's a lot of wisdom that is there with the Emperor. So I feel like for you, Virgo, decisions are going to be easy to make. The decision-making process you're going to do it with a lot of ease. There's things that'll come up and they don't seem like big deals. So I feel like the energy is really lovely around you, just to flow, make choices, make decisions, make changes if you want. Just enjoy where you're at. For some of you, everything seems to be falling into place, and it's like all that hard work, all the decisions you've made have come to this point where you can sit back and just enjoy it. I'm just feeling like there's this real energy of, I really like where I am. Let me peruse my domain. I'm in a good place. So you're going to be in a really good place. And I feel like for some of you, it's like let's have a look at where I'm at. Am I happy here? What's going on? It's really good. So enjoy it while it lasts. It's going to be short-lived, because what's coming up for you is the Fool. And the Fool is, well, there's change coming. So enjoy this, looking at your domain and just relaxing and enjoying it and enjoying where you're at, because then you're going to start thinking, well, okay, what's next? And I feel like there's new beginnings for you. There's new projects for you. So sitting there and reflecting and enjoying it. Yep, okay, that's great. But what goals am I going to set myself? What plans am I going to make? I feel like there's going to be a time of making plans, taking stock of what you've got, having a look at what new beginnings you want to bring in. What do you want to create? I feel, for those of you that are working, there is a promotion there for some of you. There is, if you've got your own business, there's going to be a new account or a new order, or something's going to come in that's going to really take you, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to grow. So it's about, I feel like a lot of you are going to think, okay, well, I've got this promotion or this new client. Oh gosh, what am I going to do? I don't know if I can handle it. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway, trusting that you can do it. Jumping empty-handed into the void, jump off that precipice, and you'll be caught. The winds will catch you and you'll float through it. You can do it. So when new things come your way, rather than saying, oh no, I can't do it, that's impossible, just say yes to everything, because you will be able to manage it. You've got this newfound strength and feeling really confident with yourself. You're going to be feeling really confident with yourself. So any new opportunities that present themselves in the second part of April, just take them on board. Take them on board. For some of you, it's going to be you've applied for some college or university or some sort of study, and you don't know whether or not you're going to get in, and you get in and you think, oh, can I manage it? Just do it. You can. It's about having the courage to just get out there and give it a go. Get out there and do it. So for some of you, it's that. For some of you, it's getting results from a study and applying for new jobs, applying for positions and wondering, have I got the skill? Can I manage it? Can I carry this through? Yes, you can. Have the fear. Feel the fear and do it anyway, because there's new beginnings here. Okay, it's just about trusting in yourself and just going for it. Aim high. Don't don't hold back, because the energy is really, you know, one of confidence and new beginnings. It's fantastic. A really good energy for you for the second part of April. So anything that was not working for you in the first part of April is certainly going to start to, you know, what I see is it's like, you know, the cork's been pulled out of a barrel and the water's just flowing out, and that's just your opportunities. You know, it's where it was banked up, it's now been unstopped, and it's just opportunities are going to come your way. There's also a lot of new beginnings with courage, with wisdom, knowledge that you have, new learning, new knowledge, new skills that you have or have acquired. It's going to take you to new places, new jobs, new clients. You know, some of you who have your own business are thinking of expanding, of moving to another city or another state. There's that opportunity as well. For others of you, there's a promotion that will take you to another state, another country, another city. There's new opportunities there. It's not using new skills, it's building on the skills you already have to take it that next step. Really successful, really successful. The Queen of Pentacles, very successful. There, you know, all your wishes are going to be fulfilled. You know, it's doing it with assurance, with grace, with dignity. Very capable of doing it. That can be male or female, this energy, but it's one of reaping the rewards of these changes that are coming in for you. Have the courage to do it. Have the courage to take it. Remember, there's always free will, and you can decide, well, I'm not going to do this. I don't have the courage to do it. I think I'd rather stay with the status quo. And that's okay. You can do that. But the energy that is with you, if you have the courage to jump empty-handed into the void, then you are going to reap the benefits of that, Virgo. So, you know, take the chance. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. It's going to be 2 weeks of amazing opportunities for you. Amazing opportunities for new growth, newness coming into your life, which will bring you abundance and success. That's absolutely fantastic. You know, absolutely fantastic. So, well, I've got two here. So we've got, the first one that came out is quiet retreat. Quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. So really, you know, think about just what you can achieve, because you can just achieve so much. Partnership as well is going to be important for you this month. Okay, well, the last 2 weeks of April. Allow healthful, supportive partnership into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So that's fantastic. That can be, you know, help from your guides, or it can be, if there's a promotion, it could be someone at work that is supporting you and helping you through it. Someone that's giving you the courage to take these new opportunities, to take this leap of faith, to take on these challenges. So, you know, there could be someone around you that is there and is supportive and is helping you with all of that. So just remember that, you know, with these new things that you're bringing into your reality, you're never on your own. There's always people around you that love you and care about you and are there to support you and give you the encouragement that sometimes we need. So don't forget that. So Virgo, you're going to have a fabulous 2 weeks. I wish you all the best. Ease and grace. Have the courage to take it on, okay, because the end result's going to be amazing. I'll see you in May. Hello Libra, welcome to your April 2018 mid-month reading. This is a general reading for you, Libra. If you would like a personal reading specifically for you, you can follow the link below to my website, and you can book for a personal one-on-one reading, that is going to resonate with you and certainly help you on your journey. This reading will resonate with some of you. Some of it will resonate with more of you. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign, which will some months resonate more with you than your sun sign will. Or you can listen to all three of them and get more detail and depth into your reading, which is also very helpful. So having said that, let's get on with your reading and see where you're at mid-month. It's been a bumpy April with Mercury in retrograde and Saturn sitting there as the great teacher, so that there's been a lot of things coming up from the past, memories. People have been coming in from the past as well, to review, to see what you're going to discard and what you're going to keep. Saturn is the great teacher. Mercury, on the other hand, puts the brakes on everything, so that anything you're wanting to do to move forward is going, sometimes there's hassles and problems. Electronics, computers don't work properly. It's all a bit of a tough time. But we're at the end of it now, so things are going to start picking up for everybody, and the energy is going to be a lot lighter. So let's have a look at what's in store for you. So I've got a 4-card spread, 4-card layout for you for the mid-April, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. And I'll go through each of those individually for you, and let's see how you go. So we're going to open up with, right at this point in time, the Wheel of Fortune is there for you, and it is the tides are turning for you. The tides of change are coming in, and you've had this before. It's about the difficulties, the trials and tribulations. That's over with. You've gone full circle. You've come back up to being in a place where things are going to start working out for you. Your dreams are going to start being fulfilled. Opportunities are going to be there. So with that sort of energy, it really is about getting out there and making those changes, knowing that you can make those changes, and the universe, the source, God, energy, Buddha, whoever it is that you want to put in that place is there for you. And will bring to you the opportunities that you're seeking. So it's really a positive energy. It's like the wheels of change are coming in from mid-April and really starting to pick up speed and move along, move you through the year, move you through the end of April and May and June, and things are going to start picking up for you. Finally, things are going to start to flow. Instead of the stop-start, it's going to start happening. You're going to have a completion to studies to move you into the next phase of your life. If you work for yourself, things are going to start moving forward. If you're working for someone, there is, work coming in, opportunities, changes in your position, increase in finances. All of those things are going to start happening for you, Libra, which is absolutely fantastic. For some of you, it's like the cycle of life, and so don't be surprised if there's a proposal of marriage coming your way. There's somebody new that's coming into your life. There's let's take our relationship to the next level, and let's have a child, let's purchase a home. There's this movement of the wheels of progress, of time, are moving forward for you, bringing in opportunities for you, which is really fantastic. You've also got the High Priestess. The High Priestess it's just wonderful. The High Priestess is about your dream life. You're going to have all sorts of dreams. Pay attention to them. There's messages in those dreams. Your higher self, your guides are talking to you, are giving you instruction, are giving you encouragement, are showing you where the opportunities are. So be aware of those things. Really pay attention to your dream life. Also, follow your intuition. Isn't that a beautiful card? You know, with the moon, it's that intuition. It's following your intuition, trusting your intuition, making your own choices. If it sits well with you, you know, you can ask advice of other people, but they will give you advice according to their past experiences, their knowledge. Okay, it's about you making your choices according to what your needs are and what your experiences are and what knowledge you have. So trust your instinct in moving forward. You make the call, you make the decision, you make the choices. You can listen to advice from other people, certainly, but be mindful what you take on. Okay, always it's got to sit well with you. Your intuition is going to be very heightened in the second part of April. And it's a great guide for you for any changes that you want to bring in, because there are going to be changes coming in for you. Okay, so, and they're going to be really beneficial. You've got the Four of Pentacles here. You've got the Four of Pentacles here. And it's about, you know, for you, I feel like this is about playing your cards close to your chest. When you've got changes that when you've got intentions of doing something, changes you want to make, a project you've got at work, new idea you've got for your business, play your cards close to your chest. Be mindful who you tell, okay? Keep those cards close to your chest, because they're opportunities for you. When you have an idea and you talk about it, you send it out into the ethers, up into the universe. Somebody else will latch onto it. There's ideas floating around. Very often someone invents something or has an idea for something, and more than one person creates it at the same time. Ideas just are energy, and energy gets out into the universe, and other people will tap into it. So play your cards close to your chest. Keep things to yourself until you've manifested it, until you've created it. And then you can talk about it. You can, you know, if you want to confide in a person, but don't be putting it out there. Okay, because the ideas and plans and things that you want to do are good. They are going to be very beneficial for you financially, as well as, you know, your happiness and your prosperity and your, you know, moving forward, the joy in life. But certainly financially will be good for you. And I also feel like that's love in there as well. So, you know, just step at a time. Don't tell anyone until it's actually manifested, until it's actually there for you. Okay. But I feel like that's really good. It's really positive. These changes are really good. Follow your gut. Okay. Keep it to yourself until it actually becomes a reality. Until it becomes a reality. The Three of Pentacles I have here. And the Three of Pentacles is, you know, work-wise, there is a lot of work there for you. You know, I feel like there is work. There is creative work that you're enjoying, and it brings an increase in finances around you, which is very good. It's creative ideas that you have that brings in an increase in finances by the end of April, and certainly into May. It starts in April and continues on in May. But I feel like things have been slowly getting better for you, and they're really going to pick up speed. They're going to pick up momentum, because this is what's driving it. From mid-April, this is going to start creating the movement of things moving in your favour, any goals that you've set. So don't be afraid to set goals. Set goals, put your dreams, you know, into action, manifest them and bring them in, okay? Because you're going to get these ideas in your dream life, little inspirational thoughts. Pay attention to the synchronicities, because that's going to be really important for you. So that's really an interesting last 2 weeks of April that will take you forward. I really like that. I'm going to give you a card from the Angels of Abundance here. Let's have a look at what the overall message for you is, Libra. But I think you're going to have a very interesting time. Let's have a look. Oh. Let's see. The power of prayer. It's interesting, isn't it? Let's see what it says. Give this situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resource, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives you in response to your prayers. This is your divine guidance, you see. It's going to be coming through in all manner of ways, all manner of synchronicities. Be open to it and be aware of it, and act on it, you know, follow your instinct. If you feel like going to, going somewhere and you're thinking, well, why do I want to go there? Just go there. Be spontaneous, you know. That's a little bit of inspiration that's been dropped in for you to pursue. And you never know who you'll meet or who you'll come into contact with or what you will see. So follow that the last 2 weeks of April and you'll be surprised what unfolds for you. So many blessings to you, Libra, and I will see you in May. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your April 2018 mid-month reading. I hope this recording finds you well. This is a general reading, Scorpio, so if you would like to have a personal reading, one that resonates with you completely and helps you on your journey, then you can follow the link below to my website and book a personal one-on-one reading from there. So this is a general reading. Some of it will resonate for some of you. For some of you, it will all resonate. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Some months that will resonate more for you than your sun sign. So make sure you listen to your rising sign and moon sign as well, because it will give you more depth. You could listen to all three and get more information for you for the last 2 weeks of April. It's been a bumpy beginning of April with Mercury in retrograde and Saturn sitting there, the great teacher. With Mercury in retrograde, computers, electronics aren't working, things go wrong, trying to purchase something, it doesn't work, you have to, it's malfunctions, all sorts of situations arise when Mercury decides to go retrograde. From now on, it's going, it is moving in the right direction, so you'll find that the energies start to ease up. It will affect people differently, some more than others. It depends on your chart as well. But we have survived it. Here we are. Let's see what the second half of April has in store for us, for you, Scorpio. I've got a 4-card layout for these 2 weeks, and you've got the Star, the 10 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Pentacles. So let's have a look at what's going on with you. So, you've got the Star here, and the Star is really about, you're still going through, just coming out of doing a whole lot of inner work, having a whole lot of inner emotions, inner situations, past events coming to the surface to be reviewed. So there's been a lot of that emotional turmoil, stirring of the pot, coming up to the surface, and that's Saturn that's doing that. It will stir very deep emotions and bring them to the surface. All that water that you're seeing there, that's all the emotions being tipped out, being looked at, emptied. So you have had that sort of an emotional time, and it will continue a little bit into the midweek, or the midpoint of April and in. So for some of you it will have completed, for some of you it will continue on a little bit further, but there is a real inner turmoil, and that is all around family. It's about family issues, children, things around the home. So there's a whole lot of things that you're reviewing, and the best way to do that is to take a back seat, look at it as a third person, really step back from the situation and look at it from a different perspective, so that you're not involved. When you're right in there with the situation and your emotions are engaged, it's very hard to think clearly, it's very hard to think objectively, because your emotions are in there as well, because it has been very emotional for you, Scorpios. to do with family, to do with children, to do with family issues, things from the past that are coming up, that are surfacing, that needs to be reviewed and healed or moved on. So you're not the first sign that's got that, where there's this, you know, discard it, look at it and think, right, great, I've looked at it and I'm going to get rid of that. I'm not carrying it as baggage anymore, or I'll keep that because it's worth keeping, and I will try and heal that, bring in healing into that through, you know, into the family. And, you know, often very close friends are like family as well. So it can be friends, it can be very close friends that you treat like family. It could be a partner as well. Okay, it could be a child or children that need to be, you know, things need to be looked at, need to be reviewed. So that will happen into the second half of April, and it will happen at different points for different Scorpios, because it depends on your chart as well. Okay, there will also be some legal issues, or signing of papers, writing of a will, reading out a will, you know, having that divided up, buying a new property, starting a new business. There could be, you know, court litigations and things that are going to be looked at in court. Could be a divorce, could be, you know, it could be all manner of things, but there will be legal issues coming up for you, legal documentation, legal papers that need to be signed. For some of you it'll be, you know, quite dramatic. For others of you it's going to simply be the, you know, buying a car and signing legal papers. Just be careful, make sure you read the fine print when you're signing anything. So it's about being aware, have a legal person look over it and read through it before you sign anything. So have that reviewed, so that will come up for you in April as well, or you'll get the ball rolling, you know, start the ball moving. You might be buying a property, you might be buying a car, you might be selling up a property, you know, the reading of a will, or you're writing your own will, or, you know, there's those sorts of things that are going to be reviewed and come up for you in April as well. And your final card, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, so that's all moving you towards, you know, this, looking at emotional issues or things that things that you've long buried that have come to the surface, and you're reviewing them and moving them on. And by reviewing them and moving them on, what you're doing is you're making space for new things to come in, for new things to come into your life, and things that you're going to heal. When you heal things, when you heal a situation, and it can be, you don't have to confront anybody that healing goes on with. It's about your internal healing. So when that happens, then you are able to move on. You're able to bring in newness and goodness and other things into your life, because you've made the space. You've got to make the space for it, and that's what you're doing. And so by the end of April you've done that, and how effective, it depends on how effectively you've done that as to what new things come in, because the energy going into May is going to be one of bringing in new opportunities, of bringing in new situations, new challenges, new job, new travel, move of house. You know, it can take many forms. It can take a promotion, starting a new business, starting a new study, finishing a study and getting a new, you know, finding a position that fits your qualifications. There's a whole lot of different things that can be for different Scorpios, but what is the same is that there's going to be a turning point which allows new things to come into your life. So the more thorough you are in sorting out what you no longer need and what you want to heal, the stronger this energy is going to be. So that's really interesting. So that's a really interesting time that you've got there for the end of April, Scorpio. So have a look at that. Now I'm going to give you a card from the Angels of Abundance and see what's there for you. unlimited ideas for you with this new opportunities that are going to come, new challenges, new opportunities, new things in your life. Unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind, God, source, universe. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings, and that's this, All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. Okay, so the more thorough you do this cleansing and moving on of old baggage, the more inspired you're going to be to bring in new things. So I hope that resonates with you. I hope it's very helpful, and I will see you in May. So many blessings, Scorpio. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your April mid-month reading for 2018. I hope this reading finds you well. This is a general reading, Saggies. It will resonate. Some of it will resonate with you. Some of it, for some of you, all of it will resonate. If it doesn't resonate with you this month, also listen to your rising sign and moon sign, and they will resonate more for you in some months rather than your sun sign. Or you can listen to all three and get more depth and detail in the reading for your mid-month reading. If you would like a personalised one-on-one reading with me, you can follow the link to my website and book a reading that will resonate and help you on your journey. So if you would like a personalised reading, please follow the link to my website and you can book from there. So let's have a look at what's in store for you. Okay, I've got 4 cards that I've put out on this spread, and it's the Knight of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and the Queen of Swords, and I'll show you each of those as I read them. So, the Knight of Cups for you. So in mid-April, I mean, it's been a bumpy ride for everybody. April's been that sort of month where you've got Mercury in retrograde, you had Saturn, the great teacher, sitting there, Mercury blocking a lot of things, electronics not working, if you've bought anything that doesn't work, just putting problems in people's way. So a lot of people had a very hard time at the beginning of April, but we're through that. So the energy is starting to lift and things are starting to move forward again. So let's have a look here. You've got the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is, to me, there's going to be messages coming over the wires, emails, texts, communication via emails and texts on an emotional level. So don't be surprised if there's someone that's going to communicate with you, or you're going to communicate with someone on a romantic level, messages, gifts, things coming over the wires, over the air, being sent to you as well. This is also things on an emotional level, moving forward or moving, changing. It's about movement in the area of emotions. Okay, there's movement, there's change in the area of emotion. So there will be exchange of information and communication on an emotion about emotions on an emotional level happening in mid-April for you. And it's going to happen really quickly, I feel. It's like, okay, I'm wanting this to happen. For some of you, it's going to be positive. For some of you, it's not going to be positive. For some of you, it's going to be challenging information. For some of you, it's going to be the start of a relationship, the start of a romance, the start of something which will be quite exciting. For others of you, it's coming to a realization on an emotional level and having things to change. Things are needing to change or move in some way. It's something that you've given a lot of thought to. For some of you, this is burning the midnight oil, thinking about it, thinking about the change that you want to bring in. I feel like it's tied up with finances as well. For some of you, I feel like it's tied up with finances. For some of you, it's going to be, discussions on an emotional level about the separation, about a divorce, which is going to involve money, which is going to involve a dividing of properties, a dividing of a separating of finances, which is going to things need to be balanced, need to be calculated, need to be divided. This is what I'm feeling. For some of you, where it's romance is blooming, romance is starting. It's going to trigger this excitement, this newfound energy, this working late at night, burning the midnight oil, bringing in abundance of love and feeling good, even finances. Maybe you're combining your finances. Maybe, for some of you, it's taking the relationship to the next level and combining your resources, which increases your finances. So there's change there for you, Saggy, in different ways for different Sagittarians in the second half of April, where realizations are going to be made of, I want to spend a lifetime with this person, or I need to leave this relationship, it's not working for me, or there's a new relationship coming for you. So it's really interesting, really interesting time. Really interesting time. There's also going to be a time of reflecting, of making plans for the future. I feel like it's making plans for the future. It's looking at what you have, and making plans for the future, new ideas, a new way of doing things, changes that you want to bring in. For some of you, it's new ideas in work. For some of you, it's new ideas in living arrangements, relationships, how you want things to be, how you wished things would be. It's going to be different it's interesting because I feel like I've got this great divide here with you Sagittarians. There's one side or the other. But in both cases, it's going to be for the better. It's going to be for the better because there's the sunrise. There's the sunrise there. So that it's going to be for the better. What it culminates to is the Queen of Swords, and that can be male or female, but it's someone that is very strong, is very opinionated, is very judgmental, really. It can be someone that is wanting to take control. Okay, so there's a real sense of taking control. So that's either what you're feeling, that you need to take control of what's going on here by the end of April. For some of you, it could represent a male or a female. So it's a male or a female, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, air sign, or it could be someone with those qualities, with those qualities of strength, of control, very controlled, needing to have control over a situation. Interesting. That's interesting. Let me just think on that, Yeah, see, for some of you, all of this, what's going on in the beginning of this half of April towards the is concerning this person. Okay, is concerning this person. So it could be this is the person that you're going to meet. This is the person that you're having to think about whether you're going to continue a relationship or not. This is the person that, with these qualities that it has got some significant impact on these things that are happening here, these choices that you're making, these decisions that you're making. So that's very, very interesting. So you're going to have to think about that and see where this person fits. It could be you developing a strength of character, and becoming a stronger person by the end of it all. So, it's very interesting here. Okay, so I'll take a card from the Angels of Abundance for you and see where you're at. Oh. Okay. So it is exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. That's the person sign that got this. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. And, you know, to me, as I said earlier, this is not just physical exercise, but it's also developing your psychic abilities, developing your intuition, developing your ability to think clearly, so that you are exercising your mind, you're exercising your intuition, you're really following your inner guidance as well. You know, it's also about so that you do make the right choices and you manifest the right future for yourself. Take time out, go for walks, go out into nature. Don't just sit at home, you know, and sleep or stagnate or sit. Get out there and go for walks so that you can process, you can move your energy on. So it's also about that as well. In April. So make sure you enjoy the outdoors a little, which will clear your mind, help you to think more clearly, know what you want to create, what you want to bring forward. So I hope that that's been helpful for you, and I will see you next month. Many blessings, Sagittarius. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your April 2018 mid-month reading. Hope this finds you well. Travelling well through April. That's been quite a bumpy first 2 weeks with Mercury in retrograde and Saturn affecting us all in our what it's brought up for us in our processing of our past. Saturn, the great teacher, and Mercury in retrograde, creating all sorts of havoc and mess for us in many different ways for each of us. I feel like doing your reading a little bit differently, Capricorn. I want to pull the cards out as I'm speaking to you for some reason. This is what my guides are telling me, so this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be a general reading for you, Capricorn. This is a general reading. Some months your moon sign and rising sign will resonate for you much more than your sun sign will. So if that's the case, have a listen to your rising sign and moon sign, or have a listen to them all anyway and see what you get from them. Some months the sun sign will resonate really well, and other months it's not going to resonate as much with you. So listen to your other signs, your rising and moon sign as well. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me so that you get a reading that is specific to you, you can follow the link to my website, which is below. Whoop, too many in there. Which is below, and you can book a personal reading with me. So let's have a look. I've got 2 cards here. I'm going to do a 4-card spread for you. Big bundles are coming out for you. My goodness, there's something going on, Capricorn. So it's a 4-card spread. I will show you what the cards that I've got for you as I move along with them and read them for you. One more. Wow, Capricorn, you know, I think they're just coming out in great bundles. There's a lot going on for you this month, I think, this last 2 weeks in April. I think you've been through a lot. The energy's just massive. They're just flying out at me. Okay, let's have a look. So you've got, I'll just get my glasses. You've got the 2 of Wands, you've got the Hermit, you've got the 2 of Pentacles and Strength. So that's interesting. Let's have a look here. So mid-April, you've got the 2 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands is that you're going to come up to a decision or choices that need to be made that's coming up for you. There's some choices that need to be made. For some of you, it's a decision. You've come to the fork in the road and you need to make a decision about work, about family, about a relationship, whatever it is for you that you're needing to make a decision on, a choice about. You know, it's that great, you know, the fork in the road, and I feel like it doesn't really matter which decision you make, because I feel like they join up further up further along, so they reconnect. It's just a matter of which path you want to take as to what you want to experience there. Okay, for some of you, I feel like there's a decision or a choice to be made between two people. So there's a decision that you need to make about two people. You need to pick one. Okay, so there's a choice or a decision about that as well, which we'll have a look at, you know. Yeah, I feel like you're stuck in the middle of a situation. You're stuck in the middle of a situation, and there's a choice that you need to make between two. So there's, you know, so far you've sort of accommodated two, but now you need to make a decision. You need to make a choice about that. Moving forward. So that's going to happen. There's a decision. For some of you, I feel like there's two job opportunities that you need to decide on. You need to pick from those, pick what suits you the best, do a pros and cons for each of them and see which one suits you better. For others of you, there's a choice to be made between two people. Could be in a relationship. You know, you might be in a love triangle. You might be, you know, needing to make a choice or a decision there, which is really interesting on that one. For some of you, there's a move. There's a house move, or there's a move, and you need to be making, well, where am I going to go? What decision am I going to make? What choice am I going to make? So there's that as well for some of you. So there is a significant decision that is needing to be made by you in the middle of April coming up. So it could be from the beginning of April to the end. It depends on your chart and where it sits and how it works out. For some of you, it might even be the beginning of May, but there's going to be a decision that you're needing to make. It's going to cause you to do a lot of soul searching. No one can help you with this decision. The decision is yours. It's yours to make. You really need to meditate, find a quiet place, go for walks, it's about going internal and really finding that inner guidance. I don't feel like it's anything that anyone can do for you. Nobody can make that decision for you. There may be people that have advice. Be mindful of the advice that you listen to, because ultimately it's your choice, it's your decision, and it's about having some time out away from the distractions, meditating, going for walks on your own to process and see what best suits you. And that's what's going to help you in making this choice and making this decision, because it's one that you need to make on your own. You need to make yourself. Okay, again, you see, you've also got the Two of Pentacles. You know, again, you know, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, there's a balancing here. There's a balancing of, and it may be, I'm going to balance pros and cons. You know, what situation would I prefer? What situation do I want? There's a weighing of two situations. There's a balancing of two situations to see which one better suits. You can't carry both. There's got to be a decision made, because it's going to otherwise be very difficult for you to continue to make it. And you know, you've got the moon in the background here still, so it really, and water. So it's an emotional decision. It's something that is going to be difficult for you to make, but it needs to be made. There's got to be a lot of internalizing, a lot of reflection, which is what the water does. There's reflection. It reflects with the water. And so which path are you going to take? Which path are you going to take? Okay, so again, so it's going to be the last 2 weeks of April is going to be a balancing for you, Capricorn, of, you know, what's going to better suit. You do. By the end of April, you've got the Strength card, so you can do it. You do it because you've made the choice yourself, because you've come to the conclusion. You feel really good about it. You feel really strong about it. You feel empowered by it. So go through the process of making this choice that you've got to make, because it's going to be very empowering for you. It's going to give you an inner strength that will you can move forward from, and it's very, very beneficial. This decision that you're going to make does work out for you really well. really well. So I don't see that you're bound and having a hard time making this decision. It's really a lot of soul searching before you do make it, but once you do make it, you feel very, very empowered by it, which is excellent. So primarily that's what's going on with you in the second half of April. Again, you know, wow, your energies are all over the place. I'll just have to go and pick up all those cards that have fallen. Wow. A real scattering. Just watch that scattering of your energies. You know, call them in, bring them in. Don't scatter them and spread yourself too thinly. Really call them in, so that you know, because that was what was happening throughout this, and I suppose that's why they wanted me to shuffle the cards and put them out while I was videoing this, because you needed to see how the cards were just scattering. And so call your energy in, don't spread yourself too thin. It really is about calling it into yourself and internalizing it and really calming the self to be able to make the best decision possible. Okay, so you've got, which is really interesting, given that there's so many, you know, moons and, you know, all of the moons that are coming up for you, you've got moonlighting. How appropriate is that? Moonlighting. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you, which is really interesting because, I mean, you know, it could just be your dreams, not necessarily your career, because it's about two. You've got the number 2 again. So always be mindful of synchronicities, because you've got here, you know, keeping 2 jobs, you know, it's 2. The number 2 is significant to you. You're going to be balancing things. You're going to be balancing things out to bring the best outcome or the best result for you that you can possibly achieve. So it's about that balance. Find that balance that suits you. That's interesting. 2, 2, 2s. You keep getting 2s. That's really significant for you. So I hope that reading was helpful for you. It was certainly very interesting, and I will see you in May. So many blessings to you, and I hope you make your decisions successfully and with ease and grace. Hi Aquarius, welcome to your April mid-month reading for 2018. This is a general reading for you Aquarius. Some of it will resonate for some of you, and for some of you all of it will resonate. If this reading doesn't resonate for you this month, also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. Or you can listen to all 3 and get added detail and depth from your reading. If you would like a personalised reading, one-on-one with me, you can follow the link below to my website and you can book a personalised reading there for yourself. So let's have a look at what's going on. I've done a 4-card spread and I've got the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. So you've certainly got a lot of swords, which is your suit, isn't it? But I think, you know, April has been a really difficult time for nearly everyone. We've had Mercury in retrograde, and Mercury has a tendency to block anything that we want to do. You don't make any big purchases because you buy a lemon. You know, there's things are held up. There seems to be problems with things. Things don't move forward. Also, electronics tend to break down. Light bulbs seem to blow. All those sorts of things are happening with Mercury in retrograde. As well as that, like that's not enough, we've also had Saturn sitting there, and Saturn is the great teacher. Saturn will stir things up from the past. People from the past will come back and revisit. Memories will come up to be reviewed and reprocessed. So that gives you an opportunity to move them out. Things that will be, things will happen, the great lessons will happen. You know, it's been a difficult time for nearly everyone, in varying degrees, of course, but the energy's not been an easy one. Mercury started to move forward again now as we speak, so things should start lightening up. So let's have a look at what's going on with you. So as a residual, I just feel like, Aquarius, you have had a hard time of it. You have had a hard trot. There have been big issues for you to review and look at, and it's with ease and grace. The better you have been at looking at it rather than burying it, the easier it is to process it and move it through. When there's resistance, that's what causes the pain. That's what causes the difficulty that we have. So as part of what's still coming through from the beginning of April, you have the Eight of Cups, and you know, for all of you, it's going to be a different. It's going to be a different reason that this is happening. You know, you've got the moon. There's the moon there, and you've got a wombat there that is, you know, a mole, what they call it. You know. Sensitive, it only comes out at night, doesn't have a great vision, can't see things very well. So what aren't you looking at? You're looking at the moon. It's about going within, it's about processing, it's about reflection, because the moon, of course, doesn't have its own light source. It reflects from the sun. So it's about reflection, it's about seeing clearly rather than being blinded by it. There's a lot of emotion there that you are walking away from. A lot of emotion a lot of hurt and emotion that you're leaving behind, and you're walking away from it to new things, to new horizons. But it's not without its difficulties, not without its pain. So you have had a time of reviewing situations, of reviewing what's gone on in the past. And it's not been an easy time of it. It's not been an easy time of it. It has caused you many, many sleepless nights. Again, the moon is there, you see. It's caused you sleepless nights. It's caused you a time of, you know, there's been sleepless nights, but it's also for some of you a time of just being still, not doing too much, of reflecting, of really processing what's been going on, a time of recuperation after difficulties that have been quite draining. So it's about looking after yourself, it's about getting the rest, it's about maybe going on a short break or a short holiday, or a need to get away. So that's going to be coming up for you in the second half of April, you know, to look after yourself, to do what is good for you, do what your body's needing, do what you're needing. You know, if you need to go away for a bit, if you need to recover, if you need to rest, have a time of recuperation, then you do that, you know, because that will also make things a little clearer for you, because there are going to be decisions that are coming up for you to make that for some of you is going to be quite difficult to make. They're going to be hard choices, hard decisions to make. You would rather not make them. I get a sense of you'd rather not make them, but they're needing to be made, and it's about looking at that and making those choices and decisions. You know, it's really interesting. You've got so many swords here. You know, and they're on an emotional level. Again, you see there's water there. There's water there. And so it's to do with emotions. It's to do with emotions. Choices, there's decisions that you're needing to make on an emotional level. And by making them, you're going to develop strength of character. You're going to move through them a lot faster. Whenever there's pain, it's because there's resistance rather than going with the flow of it all. It's not about sticking your head in the sand. It's not about pretending that it's going to go away. It's about sitting up and looking at what needs to be done, what needs to be decided, and doing it, okay? Because your final card is one of the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is a completion of difficult times. It's a completion of you know, what you've gone through here. Sorry about this reading, Aquarius, but you know, it's making a decision about what you've gone through, you know, coming to a decision, and then it's completed, it's done, and you can start moving forward. If there's that inability to make that decision because you're bound, you can't do it, it's too hard, then that experience is going to be a burden. It's going to be, you know, stabbing in the back. It's going to be a burden that you're needing to carry. So it's going to be quite heavy, you know, and that's a choice that you need to make, you know, having the strength to make that decision so that that becomes an experience and a lesson and you move on from it, or not being able to make that decision, so the universe steps in and makes it, and it becomes much harder to handle. So that you've got really heavy stuff to go through at the end of April. I'm going to give you some more cards because I'm not going to leave you with that. Let's see what the outcome of that is. Where are we moving to? You know, there's big decisions for you to make there concerning emotions. So it's going to be different for different ones, different Aquarians, certainly. But there's a time of self-reflection. Let's have a look. Okay, so you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So once you get through this period, your fortune turns around, your fortune changes, so that you've gone full circle and you're coming up to good times. You're coming out of these difficult times, and you have got good times ahead of you. So it's a matter of getting through this next 2 weeks and making those choices and decisions, and then the tide of fortune changes for you. Having the Wheel of Fortune, that is a change in fortune, a change in events. Things start looking up, which is really good, which is what we want to hear. Okay, so that's what's, you know, coming up for you. So have the courage to make the necessary decisions and choices. Let's have a look. Angels of Abundance. Oh dear. Angels of Abundance. God is your source. Let's have a look. So, everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, universe, source, and your faith opens the doorway to receive, which is this, you know. In God there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is a plenty of abundance for all to share. So that, you know, that's very clearly telling you that the tide is turning for you, and there's abundance and there's good things coming for you, coming your way. So I hope that the next 2 weeks isn't too bumpy for you. I send you many blessings, and make those choices with ease and grace, no resistance, and it will pass through a lot faster. Until next month. Hello Pisces, welcome to your mid-month reading for April 2018. This is a general reading for you Pisces, so if this doesn't resonate with you, also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Some months that will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. Having said that, some of this will resonate for some of you. For some of you, all of it will resonate. I have a lot of comments, people saying that it's, you know, it's as if I'm giving them a personal reading, and for some months that will be the energy will be that strong for you that your reading will be very specific to you. If you would like a specific reading just for you, you can book via my website. Go to my booking page, and you can book a personal reading which will be very specific to you. So having said that, let's get on with this reading and see how you go. It's been a very bumpy start to April with Mercury in retrograde and Saturn sitting there, the great teacher, for us. With Mercury in retrograde, You know, it's buying a car, it could be a lemon, making big purchases that, you know, could be lemons, signing contracts that don't work. You know, things are slowed down, there's blockages, computers, electronics aren't working. So it's different for different people, but it's always a bit of a bumpy ride. And Saturn, of course, is the great teacher that stirs up a whole lot of things from the past, people coming in from the past, revisiting old friendships, emotions that are surfacing that you are needing to look at to move on. So, you know, it's pretty intense for nearly everyone. So let's have a look. It's, you know, it's coming to an end as we speak, so that's good. Things will lighten up. So I've got 4 cards here for you for the second half of April, and I will go through each of them and show you. But I have for you the 2 of Swords, the World, which is fabulous, the Hanging Man, and the Queen of Cups, which of course is the Pisces sign. You know, it's the suit for Pisces. So let's have a look here. You've got the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords, and I feel like, you know, in this part of April, there's decisions that are needing to be made. There's a choice, there's a decision that needs to be made, and, you know, you'd rather stick your head in the sand and not have to make it. But it is a choice, a decision that you're needing to make, and by making it, you do develop strength of character. You know, it's the moon's back there, so it's a real stirring of deep issues. It's a stirring of things from the past, decisions that are needing to be made. What's good for you? What do you need to move forward? You know, all those sorts of things. Which could be a little bit difficult. So you might have a bit of a hard time, but really sit with it and really process it and make a choice. For some of you, it's a decision between 2 jobs. For some of you, it's working 2 jobs, letting one go and continuing with another. For some of you, it's a relationship. For some of you, it's a move. So it's going to be different for all of you. There's different scenarios for you, but nonetheless, the fact remains that there's got to be a decision made about your journey, about your path, where you're headed, what you need to keep, what needs to be moved on, what's going to serve you, what's not going to serve you, and so that all needs to be looked at and reviewed, and choices and decisions are needing to be made. So that's going to come up for you as we speak. So it's going to vary where it depends on your chart, but it could be any time through the second half of April, could spill over into the first week of May as well, but there are decisions and choices to be made about your future, about where you're headed and what you're doing. And that's a good outcome. It's just about the difficulty comes in letting go. And where there's resistance, that's where there's difficulty. But if there's no resistance and you go with the flow, like the fishes that you are, then decisions are easy. You just make them lightly and away you go. You follow your instinct, follow your intuition, because that's really strong, and you're able to do that. So really look at what needs to be looked at and make those choices and decisions, you know, because then once you've made those choices and decisions, you've got the world, you know. So whatever it is you're releasing, you're cutting, those swords are cutting away ties from the past. They're cutting away old ties. They're cutting away things that are no longer significant, things that are no longer relevant. That's what they're cutting away. And when you do that, you make space for new things. The world is your oyster. What do you want to bring in? What sort of lifestyle do you want? What do you want to manifest? What do you want to create for yourself? Those opportunities are all there, and that's going to become more and more clear to you as April moves on, as we work through April. You know, for some of you, it's, I can't work at this job anymore. I've had it. I've had enough. It's sucking the life out of me. It's soul destroying. I can't do it anymore. I'm going to leave and pursue my joy, pursue my dream, pursue my passion. And of course, when you do that, you're following your purpose. It's as simple as that. Okay, and then doors will open, opportunities will present themselves to you, and things will start to flow. I feel like things will start to flow. Okay, so it's about what do you want to create? What do you want to bring in? There's all manner of opportunity coming for you, coming your way. So clear some space. Cut away what's no longer needed, what's no longer relevant. Having the world there, it's just such a powerful card. I mean, what you need to be mindful of, you've got the Hanging Man here. You know, you've got to be mindful of, this is so Piscean, and being the martyr and making things harder than they need to be. You know, there is growth through sacrifice. There is, you know, when in adversity, that's when we grow as spiritual beings. When we're happy, everything stops because we're happy where we are. So it's through difficult times that we grow spiritually, and that's what's happening. You know, there's that growth on a spiritual level, on an evolving level, on an evolving spiritually through adversity. And goodness knows, Pisceans have done a lot of that. You know. But there's no need for that anymore. You can release it because it's good things coming your way. You've done that, you've learned. So release it, don't hold on to it. Sever it and leave it behind, okay? That's coming up for you in April, because then the outcome is, you know, the Queen of Cups. That can be male or female, and it's the Piscean suit, the cups. It's about really, that will really develop your sense of intuition, your sense of knowing where you're going, emotional balance, and moving forward in confidence and emotional balance, in completeness. Always considering other people, having a strong sense of intuition, having a strong sense of empathy, having a strong sense of compassion, but feeling very balanced within yourself and who you are. So when you get to the end of April, you're going to really feel good about where you're at and where you're going, because you've made the decisions and choices, and things are going to start falling into place for you, which is really good. That's really, you know, so that's the energy that's coming through for you at the end of April, moving you into May, which will be really, really good. By the end of April, you're going to be sitting pretty, and you're going to know your direction. You're going to know which way you're moving. So when you're given the opportunity to cut away what no longer suits you, what no longer works for you, don't resist it. Take the blindfold off. Don't resist it, and move forward. Cut it, move forward, and you move forward, and the world is your oyster. Fabulous. It's really nice. I like that. You know I like that because it's me. Okay, so detox your friendships. That's that. Detox your friendships. Cut them away. There's no need to be the martyr anymore. We're moving that on. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Okay, and that's that. It doesn't have to be hard. You just get rid of people that no longer suit you, situations that no longer suit you, the past that no longer suits you. You move from that. You move on from that. So that's what's going to be happening with you at the end of April, to create this new moving forward, this new person of strength and confidence. Fabulous. I really like that. So I wish you ease and grace. I wish you many blessings, and I will see you in May.